Hey everybody, it is Carol Suki, the Travel Alchemist, and Erika Kois, also known as Erika Kois Travel on Instagram. Woo! You think it's a Monday, but it's actually Tuesday.
It is
Um,
a tongue twister.
it is. I mean, yeah, it's not. Erika Kois Travel is not, but it
It's
sounds
not
like.
too tough.
So Eric and I were on a Star Clipper sailing last month. Yep, it's already been a
Yeah,
month. It doesn't feel like it's been a month. I feel like me and Erica just got off the ship like last week, right?
I know. It's like you anticipate something, you wait, which is part of the fun of travel, and then you
Right.
have the experience, and then you get to relive it after, right? And so
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
exactly. And we had a great time, and we want to share what the experience is like on a Star Clipper ship because Star Clippers is a very unique product. Now, first, Erica, why don't you tell everybody who might not know you, what is the Erica story?
Yeah, so thanks, Carol. My name's Erica, and I have Erica Koi's Travel. I'm a travel advisor and a cruise expert, and I love all things on the ocean. I also do land tours, but the majority of my work I do is around cruises. So uh, I ended up on this fun Star Clippers sailing adventure with Carol, and we learnt a lot about the product.
Yeah, so fun. And it was actually my very first time in Europe, period. And getting to experience that through the Star Clipper ship, which I feel was absolutely perfect. My focus with travel is transformative travel experiences. And really, that's by your own definition. What is transformative travel to you? So I will leave you at that. And let's talk about our Star Clipper sailing. So the Star Clippers product has three ships, and we were on the biggest, which is the Royal Clipper. So Erica's going to drop some really fun facts about the Star Clippers Royal Clipper ship.
Yeah, Royal Clipper, if you see, I'm sure you've seen pictures of it if you're following us on social media. It looks like a big pirate ship. It's like an
It
authentic
does.
sailing ship. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
magical.
it is.
It was built in or debuted in 2000, so it's coming on like 26 years old.
Mhm.
It's an older ship for sure, and it
It is.
holds 227 passengers. So it is intimate. There's enough people on board there that you don't have to see the same people over and over again, but you often do start to see familiar faces and make some connections. So that's been really fun. It's not crowded at all, super easy to get on and off the ship. And it's got five big masts and 40, I have to look so I don't, 42 sails. And the coolest thing
Amazing.
about the ship is it's all operated still manually. So they have a
Yeah.
crew, and the riggers actually raise the sails and take them down and do all the work. So that was really fun. I really enjoyed watching that.
Yeah, and really Star Clippers is the only like commercial product like that. So
Yeah.
that alone, if you love sailing, if you love history, if you love like just that classic nautical feel, this is an experience that you want to have.
Yeah.
Because like you said, there's only 227 passengers, and I think the staffing is approximately half of that, right, Erica?
Yeah, the crew to staff ratio, I actually should know this, but I didn't write it down and I work
I'm
with a
pretty
lot of
sure
cruise lines, but yeah, it's a good
it's about
ratio for
half.
sure. Yeah.
And so the difference, since you're a cruise expert, Erica, on average, you would say the larger and or medium ships have at least 1,000 passengers. Like, what would you say? Anywhere
Yeah,
from,
depends on the product. Like when you start looking at like this felt to me similar to the size of a river cruise ship,
Mhm.
which often can have 140 to 160 guests. 170 is kind of average for a river cruise ship. But then, some of our big premium lines and contemporary lines, they can hold 3,000, 5,000, seven
That's a lot.
thousand. It's a
That is a
lot.
lot
It's
in comparison.
completely different. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it almost has like a very like even before we even stepped on the ship, I found that just with them taking our information, taking our baggage, it really felt like a family type of experience. Everybody in, all hands on, like
Yeah.
everybody supporting everybody, and it just felt like so welcoming. walking on there.
Absolutely. I
With
thought that
larger
too.
ships, it's like that cattle herding, like, okay, next, like next, who's there? And then you can hear people yelling, like, everybody over there. And it was not that. I felt like I was, they were awaiting my arrival. I really felt that really friendly, family type of vibe. How about you?
Yeah, definitely. The one thing that I thought was so cool about the experience, well, one thing that was sort of reinforced us many times from our wonderful sales reps with Star Clippers is it's not a cruise, it's a sailing experience. And
Yes.
I am glad that they shared that because it is very different from any of the cruises that I've experienced. And I've been, on ships that, smaller boutique ships that have 340 people on it, so still smaller, but it's a very different, it's just completely, it's different. We can talk
Yeah.
about some of those things that we feel are different. And Carol, it isn't for everybody. I'm going to be
Right.
honest.
Yeah.
And I do sell a lot of luxury products in my business. And
Right.
so I do think there's a feel of luxury with Star Clippers in regards to the size of the product and the service
Mhm.
level.
Service.
But yeah, and the experience is so boutique and unique. But I
Yeah.
would say things such as the decor, because it is an older nostalgic feel, it might not be the same
Very.
as a luxury line. There are some definite differences for sure. So it's just really important for anyone who's watching this video, if they're interested in Star Clippers, to really talk to your travel advisor, because they'll be able to explain the differences of different options out there and different ships and make sure that you're aligned with the right one.
Yeah, because I, for example, have posted some videos, some pictures, and people are like, that reminds me of like the Titanic. I'm like, exactly. Think
Yeah.
very classic, think very nautical, rustic, charming, romantic, all of that. You're not going to see, uh, help me here, updated,
Broadway shows. There's no big fancy shows. There's
none of
no
that.
modern decor. No.
Yeah, no,
But
there's no modern clean lines and all that. Like it's teak wood
yes.
and copper, you know,
Yeah, royal blues and reds all the time.
old
But
school. Yeah.
yeah, one thing though, I think that's important to point out about that is unlike Titanic, it's not formal. So it has
Yeah.
such a
Yeah.
casual, almost rustic feel to
hmm
it,
hmm
where during the day people were wearing, flip-flops and shorts and very casual. And then for the dinner, just like any restaurant really you go to nowadays, whether it's an all-inclusive resort or cruise ship, the men had to wear pants. That's kind of
Yes.
pretty standard in the
That's just
industry.
standard.
Yeah, but other than that, like there was no ties, no suit jackets required. I saw lots of women wearing just nice khaki pants or like a sundress to dinner. There was it's a European owned line, so we saw about half the guests on board are European and half are North
hmm
American. And so the European tend to dress a little fancier than we do. So some
That's
of those
right.
men, I saw a couple jackets and stuff at dinner,
Me
but
too.
yeah, not required by any means.
Yeah. And it's really whatever you want. If that's your thing, if you love to dress up, if you look forward to that, it happens on the ship, right? Like I
Yep.
saw there was one Nana, one minute she's wearing like almost like a muumuu during the day, and then she turned it on and she was wearing a nice fitted like almost a gown, and I was like, way to go, Nana. So
Yeah.
whatever
Totally.
you choose, it's all welcome on the Star Clipper
Abs
ship.
Absolutely. And speaking of dressing up, Carol, they do have two really fun nights we
They
enjoyed.
do. Yeah. I mean, white night, that's kind of standard on any cruise ship. Like you should
Yep.
always bring a white outfit. Note
Yes.
that anyone who's listening, always bring a white outfit. Even I would say even like all inclusives, they usually have
Have
a
white
white.
nights. Yeah.
Always,
Unless
always
you're
pack a white
sailing,
outfit.
if you're sailing with Virgin Voyages, you need a
Oh,
red
that's
outfit for
red.
Scarlet Night,
Yeah.
not white. But
Scarlet Night.
anyways,
Love it. That's so true. That is another product we need to discuss at another time.
definitely. Definitely.
Um, but yes, Pirate Night. That was
The
fun.
and it was really funny because you never know how those theme nights will go. And some people are really apprehensive. They're like, I
Yeah,
don't want to dress up. So, first of all, it's
right.
good to let our viewers know that Pirate Night's completely optional. So, you do
Yes.
not have to participate in Pirate Night. And I'd say about half the ship did and half the ship didn't. So,
Yeah.
don't
Eh,
stress out and think you don't want to go because you don't want to dress like a pirate. But
I thought it was fun that like all the staff, even the servers, were dressed as pirates. That was really cute.
It
And
was
remember,
good.
so my husband was like, "Okay, we're not going to dress as pirates for dinner. Nobody's going to dress as pirates for dinner. It's for after." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, let's just do it after. We go to dinner, everybody's a pirate." Like
Yeah, we embraced our inner pirates. We had lots of fun. And you know what? We just ordered our costumes off Amazon. They weren't
Yeah.
expensive. They were easy to pack, and
Yes.
it just added an extra kind of fun to the night. And they did a really nice job, I thought, that evening on doing some fun games.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Carol,
Totally.
you should talk about your skill set that I didn't
I
even know you
I
had.
limboed my way under that stick to the end.
You were the
Yes,
limbo champ.
I was a limbo champ. I'm pretty proud.
I
What
love
else?
it.
There was like a drinking game for the guys. Well, really, whoever wanted to, but I
Yeah,
think it was more for the guys. And
yeah.
but they did something with the straws. That was kind of funny that they were like they couldn't actually like drink it easily. Anyways,
They
nice.
did a ring toss, and I did win the ring toss, but I started the ring toss very early before most people got up, so my competition was pretty small.
Love it. Yeah, no, that was a fun night. I mean, I find every night was fun. If you have to kind of make the night yours,
Yeah,
right? Like there were nights that it was quiet, but those were late port nights,
yeah,
A,
yeah.
which we appreciate. That was
Loved.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, or I don't know, it just depends on the crowd. And the good thing with the Star Clippers staff is that they kind of go with whatever mood the crowd is in. Like nights that
yeah,
we were dancing, they would just keep playing the music and serving the drinks if people were interested. And
yeah,
if, people wanted to call it a night early, then they would kind of end the night early. Like there was
yeah,
I never felt like anything was I don't know, obviously not inappropriate or just, I found that they really catered to how the guests on board were kind of living that night, you
yeah,
know.
totally. The dancing was so fun. Like I
Fun.
love to dance in an evening. It's a great way to finish off your night. And
Yeah,
I loved the DJ would take like he basically played the music that whoever was on the dance floor wanted to hear. It was like we had our own
that's right.
private DJ, which was a riot. But I
Yeah,
also loved that it just was a really like inclusive environment. Like anybody could kind of get up to dance. And I remember watching this one man, and he joined us, and he had a very different dancing style than we did.
he was
Again,
always on the dance floor.
yeah,
I
and he loved
loved
it. Yeah,
it.
and at first I watched, I said, oh, I wonder if he's traveling by himself. And then I
Right.
realized his wife was there, and
Yeah.
she was sitting up at the bar, and she's so lovely. German was her first language. And so
Mm,
her English wasn't super strong, and I can't speak German, but we were
right.
trying to kind of converse, and I tried to convince her, and she said, she doesn't like dancing at all, but her husband loves dancing. So she loves sailing on Star Clippers because he
Oh,
gets
he
to
gets to
dance and she just
dance.
has her cocktail and goes to bed early.
So
I
I
thought
know who
that
you're
was
talking
cute.
about because they're so friendly. Everybody on the ship was friendly. Like
Yeah.
let's not take away from that. But you know what's funny, Erica? I did see her on the dance floor
Oh, you did?
and she was dancing to like heavy metal.
Oh, I love it.
That's probably why you don't normally see her on the dance floor, but when the heavy metal came on, she hit the dance floor.
I love it.
Speaking of which, they will entertain you with whatever kind of music genre you are wanting to hear. So
Wanting.
we heard it all,
Totally.
right? There was like Mamma Mia songs, there was heavy metal, there was like some line dancing, there was, the classic dancing songs. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, they're
They
good
had
like
it
that.
all.
They will take
It was good.
requests. Yeah.
So fun. And
Um,
I did find, oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, finish.
I was just going to say one thing. I know for this particular talk, we're not going to get in depth about the different port stops we did, right? I mean, there's so many itineraries that Star Clippers does, and
Mhm.
they're all amazing. And the best part about them is it's a very port intensive ship. And the
It is.
itineraries are really focused on destination. So no matter which itinerary you pick, you're going to really have opportunities to immerse yourself and experience every stop you go to. And like you mentioned, the one night we were late in port, we stayed in Monaco until the ship sailed at 11:45 p.m. So
Yeah,
we had from 9 o'clock in the morning till I think the last tender took us back at 11:15 was the pickup to get back to the ship by 11:30. And
right.
it was incredible. because I
What a
felt
perfect
like
time to be there too.
totally,
The
totally.
with the race
It coming
being
up,
like a
yeah.
couple weeks later, like so we were able to see where the pre was gonna run, right? I mean, I guess it's kind of the standard
It's the
what
route
it's
they always have, but still cool because they were
yeah.
setting it up for the big event,
Yeah, you
right?
saw the
Yeah.
stands and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that was
have friends that
awesome.
actually went for the race, and so then they were taking videos. I was like, "Ah, we were there. We walked there. We saw that. It was pretty
Yes,
cool to see." Yeah, and it was
that's
fun.
amazing.
I always in my mind wanted to go to the Monte Carlo casino. It was just something I
Yes,
always wanted to do.
you did do
So,
that.
yeah, we got to get dressed up all fancy because we had till 11 o'clock at night, and we made dinner reservations in the city and went.
You did. Give them
Yeah.
that hot tip that they must know about entering the Monte Carlo casino.
Oh, you have to have your passport with you.
Have to
Yeah,
have it.
yeah. So some
Yeah.
people will say, no, a photocopy is good. It's not, and you cannot enter the Monte Carlo casino without your actual real passport. So if you are stopping in Monte Carlo on a cruise or a sailing, you need to go and request for your passport from your ship if they're holding it for you and bring it with you. Yeah, very
Yeah.
important. And another fun fact about the Monte Carlo casino, that anyone who's from Monaco cannot gamble at the Monte Carlo casino.
That's so
I
interesting.
know. Interesting, right?
Hmm. Well, I mean, I can just so that people can get an idea of how intensive the ports can get with Star Clippers and how beautiful it is to just kind of either step right onto the sidewalk
Yeah.
and or to be tendered in. And it was such a I've never been tendered into a port before, so that was a different experience for me, but I have heard of it being like long lines and I didn't have that experience with Star Clippers.
No.
It was like maybe a 10-minute wait if I came at the wrong time. Like if one of the tenders was just leaving, like it was not a long wait. Or they would tell you like when the intervals would be, whether it was every half an hour or whatever. And I'm not one to rush out first thing in the morning. Like when I'm on vacation, I am on vacation. And so if I have an option, I'm not rushing out to stand in any kind of, I don't need to be the first one out. So we kind of chilled out until, we knew that
Yeah.
it might be a little less busy to tender out. But just so they have an idea of how, again, port intensive it is. The first day we started in Nice, so the first port was in Lerici, Italy, and then we went to Portofraio, that's Elba Island in Italy. Then we went to Santa Amanza in Corsica, France. Same day we went to Bonifacio, also in Corsica, France. Next day was Alghero, Sardinia, Italy. After that, Ajaccio, which is Corsica, France, and then Monaco, the latest
Yeah.
port. Every single day was somewhere different. You woke up somewhere different every single day. No sea days. That was awesome,
No.
especially for me being my first time in Europe. I really, really appreciated how much I got to see. And Erica mentioned about like there's no app. This is this is what we got every single day on our bed, or was it every night? I don't know.
Yeah,
Along
they'd put it
turn
in at
down
nighttime,
service.
so yeah, yeah, yeah.
With our turn down service, and we got chocolate on our pillow every night. It
Yeah.
was great.
It
Oh,
was cozy. Those port stops, it's really funny. I'm hosting another sailing with Star Clippers in September, but on their
mhm.
smaller ship. So you and I were on the Royal Clipper, that's their bigger ship. And so I'm doing one on Starflyer, which is their
Hmm.
smaller ship, and we're doing the Greek islands. And we actually do have one day at sea. And I'm looking forward to it
Hmm.
because there is so many cool things to do on the boat.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I both climbed the mast, which was super
Yes,
exciting.
that
Put the
was
harness
fun.
on and went all the way up and climbed the mast. And you could lay on the bowsprit, which I didn't do on our sailing with Royal Clipper because I'm a baby and I thought it was too cold. And it wasn't cold.
It
It's
was
just
not even cold.
I know, but I
Erica.
really like hot weather. So, I didn't do it because I'm a wimp. But when we're in Greece, it's going to be hotter, so I'm going to do it. And when we sail on another sailing we're going to talk about later in the Caribbean, I'm going to do it. So,
Yeah,
sometimes a sea day is great for, relaxing, soaking up the view, breathing the beautiful salty ocean air, like all of that stuff can be great too. So,
yeah,
and port intensive is also fantastic. So honestly, you really can't go wrong.
yeah. It sounds like you have
Yeah,
to sail more than once with Star
that's right.
Clippers.
This is why I fell in
And
love with being on the ocean, and I try to get
yes.
out as often as I can.
Yeah, for sure. And another thing that we didn't get to do, and it was because it was too cold, is the water sports.
Yes.
So the bottom of the ship goes down, and then they have like the water activities. So when it's warm enough, which it
Yeah.
will be, because the next time Eric and I have a chat, we're going to tell you about something really exciting that we want you to join us on, either one of us. But yeah, there's water sport activities, and it's like it's
Yeah.
right off the ship. Just
Yeah, paddleboard, kayak, snorkeling gear, these floating blue mats you can just lounge and lay on. It's a marina platform, that's what they call it, and they open it up. And
hmm
I've been on a ship before, a bigger ship that had that, and it's just such a neat, unique experience to have that on there. And we did the one day we did take a tender to an island on this itinerary and did kayaking. So sometimes, so Star Clippers, they'll open up the marina platform for you to do things, but sometimes they'll also transport their water sports to shore for you. So
hmm
the cool thing, like on the Greek sailing I'm doing, it's a smaller ship, and that ship doesn't have the marina platform that opens up, but they will still bring the kayaks, the paddle boards, like all the good stuff to the beach. So
Yeah.
there, it's really like water sports is such a focus.
Yeah. Can
Yeah.
you just reiterate again, when are the dates of your Greek sailing, in case anybody's
Uh,
interested?
oh, you know what? It's sold out.
Oh,
The whole
look,
ship's sold out.
that's another thing though, right? You
Yeah.
need to hop on these because the ship
Yeah.
is so small, because the itinerary is so exciting, and they change all the time.
Yeah.
Gosh, there's so many segues here that I want to take with that point, but um, a lot of people return to the Star
Oh, you muted, Carol?
Clippers
There
product
you go.
just because they love. I did. Can you hear me now? Okay. Yeah, the Star Clippers product is just if you love it, you love it. And when you do, apologies for my technical difficulties, my country Wi-Fi. Um, what was I saying? What even was I
You were talking
saying?
about the repeat rate for Star Clippers. So it's
Yes,
very,
people
this is
come
cool.
back for the sailings, for the experience, for that Star Clippers unique product experience. That being said, they will change the itinerary slightly, just so that you have a reason to come back and experience something different. The itineraries
Yeah.
are amazing, but sometimes people will repeat the itinerary. Again, there's only three ships. Star Clippers only
Yeah.
has three ships. So you're going to want something different when you want to come back. So that's one reason if you like an itinerary that is being presented, go for it because that might change one day.
Yeah, and you know what I love about Star Clippers is they hit those ports that big ships can't. And
Yes,
they also they just really have a lot of off the beaten path itineraries
totally.
that you're just not going to get with other lines because the boat is just made to be in smaller places. And when we talked about tendering, there might be viewers that don't know what a tender boat is. And so a tender is essentially like a little ferry. It's like a little boat that takes you from your big boat to land. It goes back and forth.
Yeah.
And they usually have them running every 30 minutes. So it's not like
Yeah.
you have to get on the tender and then you're stuck at the land. You can casually come and go as you wish. So that's
hmm
lovely. And so because they drop anchor and take you, the places that they visit don't even have to have a port, right? Because they
Yeah.
can just literally, yeah,
I love that. I love the
yeah.
tendering experience to just get on that, that little boat and you're like sailing away from your ship and you're like, wow, this is so cool. Like
It is.
I
And
love it.
the views coming back to the ship. Like when we came back the night we were in Monaco and it was dark out and
Yes.
Royal Clipper was all lit up like magical. That's another thing. Oh my gosh, there's so many things. We could keep talking
So
and
many
talking, but
things I
on
know.
it's like so the white sails, like
Yes.
so beautiful and the lights, like the evenings. It's just it is magical to see those sails up like that and the
Yeah.
white night lots of cruise lines have the white night, but Star Clippers does this really fun add-on to a white night where they put different colors on the white sails and it's almost like
hmm
a mini little light show. So you're out in the
Yeah.
middle of the ocean, these big white sails are out, and then you've got different colors reflecting off of them and they play classical music and
They
it's
do.
really neat. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I find that that sail away is so different from the
Hmm.
larger ships and the cruise ships
Yeah.
because it's such a real lived experience where you can see the men rigging around
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So that's, oh gosh, wow. Another thing, this is a real sailing in the sense of there are people making this ship sail. It's not pretend sails for aesthetics. Like it's real. And that
Yeah.
being said, when we on our sailing, Erica, there weren't many sails that had to go up.
No, because of the way the wind was working and everything,
Yeah.
they didn't always put, all of the sails up. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're thinking you're going to be wowed by 42 sails every single time there's a sail away, unfortunately that's not how it happens because it's real. This
Real.
the
Yeah.
ship is really powered by these sails. So if we don't need a lot of them, they won't put a lot of them up. So
Yeah. They say it's like 70 to 80% of the time it is truly wind powered, where
Mhm.
other sailing ships, which are also beautiful, and there's lots of positives about those ships. I mean, you might go on a different style sailing ship and it's more modern and fancy decor and aesthetics, but they don't have the authentic sails that the riggers are putting up and down. They maybe have computer operated. Everything's operated by computers, right? The sails go up and down with
Right.
computers, and they're
Not with
all motorized. I guess that's how I gotta learn my lingo, but yeah,
yeah,
but not star clippers. It's
not
it's
Star
the true
Clippers.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Okay, I think we have talked a lot. I know we have not
Yeah,
talked enough, but if you're still with us, if you have any questions, please reach out to one of us, Erica
yeah,
Coy's Travel on Instagram. My page is actually destinationbook.ca on Instagram. We can put our contacts in our show notes.
yeah,
Erica and I will be back because today we shared our experience on this Europe Star Clippers sailing on the Royal Clipper, but we also have a Royal Clipper sailing coming up. We won't be together, but that's good because you have options now on dates that will work better for you. But Eric and I both have a sailing on the Grenadine Islands. So we want to share more details about that with you because we think that you're gonna love it, because we're gonna love it. We're gonna go sailing on these ships and we want you to come with us. Whether you go with
absolutely.
Erica, whether you come with me, we're both fun. You'll have a
Oh, we
blast
are.
with one of us. So make sure you are following us and we will give you the details on when we're going to have our next chat. And we hope you come and see us, and we hope you will sail with us.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. And Carol, thanks for chatting with me. Quick note about Carol and I. So Carol lives in Ontario and I'm half-time Alberta and half-time Texas. And Carol and I met through the travel industry and became friends because
Yeah.
we love travel and because we're really fun.
Yeah.
And but we are very different, and our travel businesses are very different, but we have found a lot of things that we have in common, and so we're doing some cool things together. So this is one of them, and we look forward to chatting with you again.
Absolutely.